handicap. $2 120 about number 2 Clavier and $4.60 160 for 3 Tutelage. They're the two best backed in the event. More particularly Clavier late. So we're already now 1100 ahead of them. Race 3 at Rosehill Gardens. They're off this time. Nice even start too, and Alsbid actually got the best of it, taken on and headed by Clavier and Star of Gibraltar. Tutelage going up quickly, Alsbid dropping back off the speed around Mrs. C. Then Hubcapper eminently wide out from Gladiator. Then comes Arionte, and Black Hawk racing erratically. Wanted to get its head very high as Absolute. They worked to the side, and Clavier a leader now by 3/4 of a length on Star of Gibraltar. 2 away to Mrs. C inside Tutelage. A bit more than a length's gap at the 600 to Hubcapper, then Gladiator. Wider is eminently Alsbid, dropping back to third last from Black Hawk and Arionte. They work their way round the home bend, and the short prize pick Clavier leads the way for little Ronnie Stewart, and Clavier's 2 lengths on Star of Gibraltar. In third position Mrs. C, followed by Tutelage. They're all off the bit behind Clavier, and down to the 250 Clavier, 3 Star of Gibraltar, followed by Tutelage, then Hubcapper and Arionte starting to run home pretty well. This favourite shortening stride. The horse from the Waterhouse Yards got him Arionte, and Arionte raced on strongly to beat Clavier and Gladiator. Followed home then by Star of Gibraltar, Hubcapper, Tutelage, Black Hawk, and then Mrs. C eminently second last, and Alsbid was last to complete the course. Number 1, Too Good. Number 1, Arionte, too good for them in the Amy handicap. Clavier got a good break at the 300, but he started to paddle at the 200, and then Arionte wide out, who put his best foot forward today. Maybe the fact that he returned onto good ground this afternoon, that was a decisive factor for Arionte. By Falante from Arietta, hence the name, and carries the colours of Denise Martin's Star Thoroughbreds, a very successful operation. Purple with the white stars and the white cap, and like all the Star Thoroughbred horses trained in Sydney by Gay Waterhouse. So, Gay again has that margin over Hawksey, who won the second. 1, 2, 4, 10 official. Arionte, El Beasley first. Number 2, Clavier second. Had them all off the bit at the 350, but weakened noticeably by Strategic out of Piano, well named, Ron Stewart. And number 4 third, and that's Gladiator by Spartacus from Candida Lady. Has done well this time up. Trained now by Greg Hickman, Shane McCann. 10 ran fourth, and that was Star of Gibraltar. 1, 2, 4, 10. The time was 1:04.4. The class record 1:03.47. The sectional 34.42, and the totes. Number 1 paid $8.60 and $2.60. Number 2 Clavier paid $1.30, and number 4 Gladiator $2.80. Quinella $10.30. Exacta $24.70. Trifecta $185.20. The first 4. 1, 2, 4, 10, 843.30. The spinner on the mixed $1.50. Extra double special dividend will pay $8.90, and the margins a comfortable win at the end by 1 3/4 lengths. A short neck between second and third. 1:04.40, 4:42.
Okay, so Arionte back to its best today to win race 3 over Clavier and Gladiator. We'll get that first 4 for you. It's up there now. Star of Gibraltar finishing in 4th spot, and that's paid $843.30. $843.30, the first 4 there. Now Caulfield, and the runners are heading to the start for this 3rd event in another pretty open race, Alf.
It is, Chris. Most of these top horses have in fact drifted out. I'm assuming that people are starting to look for horses that are going to be right up on the...
From 1983. And now they're just about ready. And they're ready and racing in the 3rd, and Calming jumped out fast near the inside. Feisty Lass began okay, and Costa Gronda showing plenty of speed early as they settle down into stride, and Granaya's got back to about 2nd or 3rd last. Up to the 800 metre mark, Calming through on the inside with Girl of Illuminaire. Costa Gronda on there outside the leaders, a length in front of Feisty Lass, and right behind these horses Shirley's Lavina. American Graffiti next over on the outside, and then came Goodnight Kiss 2 or 3 lengths away as Devonshire as they go by the 600. And then Tallylaw on the inside, and back last of all Granaya about 8 or 9 from the leader. That's Calming in front round the turn. It's Calming from Girl of Illuminaire. Right behind them, Goodnight Kiss. Deeper on the course, Costa Grande and Feisty Lass is very deep, running on as they cornered, where Calming kicked out by 2. Calming the leader from Goodnight Kiss giving chase, and then Feisty Lass, Costa Grande and Grenaille's right down the outside, but Calming in front. Goodnight Kiss knuckling down strongly. Calming a half in front. Goodnight Kiss trying hard. Calming those two solid, and Calming all the way beat Goodnight Kiss. American Graffiti third, and then came just behind these horses Shirley's Lavina, and then Grenaille from last, followed by Tally Law in a break. Devonshire couldn't come on today. Next was Feisty Lass, and then came Costa Grande and Girl of Illuminaire last in. Calming ridden by Karen McAvoy, and the chase for the premiership takes on a new twist, a new leader. Karen, now to 59, has taken over Damien Oliver's long lead. Number 2, Calming, Karen McAvoy and Bill Mitchell winning the Tabaret handicap. Second placing to Goodnight Kiss, Craig Newitt, tried very hard. Third is American Graffiti, ridden by Patrick Carberry. 2, 5 and 7. Fourth place went to Shirley's Lavina. Number 4 and fifth in was number 3, Grenaille. Very difficult for these horses to make ground wide here today, it would appear. Liberty Rose got up on the inside and was second at the turn before winning the previous race, and the first, A Happy Strike, was always on the pace as well. Things might change, but I think you want to be up on the speed and near the rails. First meeting here for some 11 weeks. Okay, there you have it on the third of the day. It's 2, 5 and 7, the fourth race at 150.
Yeah, he has been a little bit disappointing. I think they've had a little bit of trouble holding him during his races. So today, hopefully, there'll be 1 or 2 go quick, and we can just tuck him away somewhere, and he'll be right there.
93,000. And we're all set for a start. 1400 is the journey, and away they go. And actually the best to break the line, Tom Carews, commencing pretty well, was Top Spirit. Likewise Dane Hill Country, then Zanzara Bank, followed by Russelon. Dial Tones trapped wide out. Further back in the field as they settle down, Snick, and a length further off is the favourite, and that's Nasrallah King from Sir Covert Malta, and Absolute is Tara Success. They race 450 metres, and it's Tom Carews the leader, a half length on Dane Hill Country. Top Spirit running third, and wider is Dial Tones, then Zanzara Bank on the outside of Russelon. Midfield is the popular pick, Nasrallah King. He's covering a little bit of ground. A length and a half further away is Snicker, then Malta wider out. Sir Covert second last, and Tara Success brings up the rear. Tom Carews at the 600, 3/4 Dial Tones. Dane Hill Country on the rails, and then Top Spirit, Nasrallah King, followed on the fence by, at this stage, Russelon. Malta's making a little headway from Snick, Sir Covert, Zanzara Bank and Tara Success. Around the turn and setting sail for the judge, and Dane Hill Country sailed straight through on the inside ahead. Tom Carews and Dial Tones, followed by Russelon, who's into the clear. Sir Covert's made up many lengths. He's coming along the rails very quickly, and Malta's coming down the outer. Malta has reached the lead from Sir Covert. They've dropped the rest. Malta is just in front of Sir Covert, and Malta will win it. Malta beats Sir Covert and Russelon third. Then a photo wide out. Snick ran on with Dial Tones. Dane Hill Country over on the rails. Nasrallah King was next. Then Tom Carews, Zanzara Bank, Tara Success and Top Spirit pulled up at the tail of the field. Well, what about that? Malta, number 7. Mitchell Bell's got the money from Sir Covert and Russelon. Sir Covert drove up on the inside, and he looked a big chance coming along past the 250, but Malta was winding up wide out, and he's done a shade too well. The youthful legs gelding, 2 on the trot now. Mitchell Bell rode him to win at Warwick Farm last Wednesday week, and is raced by the Mueller family, W. James's RJ and R. Mueller, and well-known umbrella man Arnold House, and trained by John Morrish at Randwick, and ridden by, as I say, Mitchell Bell. 7, 6, 9, and the fourth is a tighty. 7 the winner, Malta. 6 is second, that is Sir Covert by Covetous. The blinkers helped him today. Trained by Alan Scourse, Rob Thompson. And number 9, Russelon. Got clear in plenty of time by Belong to Me, Graham Rogers and Dan Beasley. Nasrallah King covered ground, and he was most disappointing. Dane Hill Country dropped out after getting a lovely run through. And Dial Tones, he covered a lot of ground, but Malta just a shade too good. Okay.
Goldwells is the favourite at 340. Zero Engagement 770, as is Chancelot. They're the best back runners here, as is Miss Moss Rose has had support too. Skywood not without a chance.
To run. Racing in the fourth, Skyward jumping well. Miss Moss Rose scrubbed out of the gates. Gold Wells began quickly as being ridden up to take a position up on the pace. Zero Engagement's moving across, and Milkshake is handy too as they settle into stride. Miss Moss Rose finds the lead as they settle down. Zero Engagement goes to second. Gold Wells is third. Chancelot moving up wide out four. They're followed by Milkshake on the outside, and then Skyward next is Me Oh Mine in the red and black stripes. 2 lengths further back with 1400 to go. He's hot right now. Swift Rule off the pace and wide, and Royal Rule is on the rails and last of all. Now another new leader going up the hill. Zero Engagement working to the front now, doing some work 2 out 3 wide. Miss Moss Rose on the rails is Gold Wells. Close up then Chancelot travelling wide, and back behind them Milkshake sitting off them fifth on the outside, and then Skyward. 2 lengths behind these horses then is Me Oh Mine, trailed by Royal Rule. Swift Rule, he's hot right now. Inside the 1,000 metres, Zero Engagement had done some work but led. Chancelot is now second. Gold Wells is third, a length and a half away. Miss Moss Rose is now fourth with a trail, followed by Skyward on the inside, and Milkshake flushed out makes ground at the 800 metre mark. Back behind those horses is Me Oh Mine. Swift Rule right off the track as they come to the corner. Royal Rule back on the inside, and last in a bunching field now, second last, he's hot right now. Zero Engagement had slowed the tempo down up the side of the course. Chancelot is second. Miss Moss Rose is wide out third. Milkshake within 2 of the leader deep, and then Skyward searching for an out, and so too Gold Wells on the rails behind the leader, and Swift Rule right around the outside as they cornered. Zero Engagement in front of Chancelot. Me Oh Mine the outside. Gold Wells can't get a run at them at the moment, and then came Skyward. Zero Engagement grabbed by Chancelot. There's the run for Gold Wells, one away from the rail with Me Oh Mine on the outside, but it's Gold Wells getting the split, taking the lead, 100 to go. Chancelot is going with him. Gold Wells a neck in front. Royal Rule swaps them on the outside. They come to the line, and Gold Wells, I think, just lasts. Royal Rule made a lot of ground to make a photo. Chancelot might have held third. Skyward is with it. And then Zero Engagement, Me Oh Mine, followed in by He's Hot Right Now, Swift Rule, Milkshake, and Miss Moss Rose dropped out to last. Gold Wells will last and get the photo. Number 3, Gold Wells, Craig Newitt. Second to Royal Rule, Nash Rawilla, who came with a big run to just miss out. Been a good effort because they slowed the pace up the side of the course. He's come from well back. And the third number will go to 8, Chancelot. They're through now. It's 3, 2 and 8 official. 3, 2 and 8, Gold Wells, Royal Rule, and Chancelot fill the placings in the fourth. Fourth home was Skyward, number 13. About 361.60 the winner, 340 second, and 330 for third. Well, all of those in the race for the premiership are having a dip here. There's one for Craig Newitt. Greg Charles also had a winner today in Kieran McAvoy, so it is going to be an enthralling run to the wire. Dividend.
The running of the fourth. Now they are heading around to the start for the running of the Grand National Hurdle at Morfordville. And 490 from Magic, 780 Liston, 350 Liquid Lunch, and 11 Timbergrove, 620 about Top Kala, and 730 Tortrice as they head to the start there. This is over the 3,500. Of course, Top Kala today has the services of former champion jumps rider Jamie Evans, who's only having his second race ride in 2 years, and he won on Top Kala first day back, and he, of course, had that terrible leg injury. The subsequent infection almost claimed one of his legs. Of course, prior to that, he's just a champion rider. And so Ron Paps was able to catch up with Jamie. We're going to wish him well on Top Kala. So Ron speaks now with Jamie Evans.
Well, Jamie, much has been said about that fairy tale return to race riding after all those terrible things that went wrong with you and kept you off the scene for a long time. You won on Top Kala. You've had one ride since, your third ride back today, again on Top Kala. He certainly looks the best of the South Australians.
Oh, for sure, Ron. I mean, he couldn't have been more impressive the other day. And it was a good. It was good to come back on a winner. And I mean, I'd prefer a bit more juice in the ground today, but he likes soft ground. But I mean, like, he's going to run a respectable race. The Victorians seem to have have it between them, I think, and Top Colour's going to be best of the South Australians.
Well, many things can happen in a jumping race. You need a bit of luck on your side. If you mentioned the Victorians, 2 or 3 of them look to have very good chances, don't they? Fra Magic and certainly Liquid Lunch.
Yeah, they're the sort of Fra Magic ran a good race in the National, and as you know, the National form in Melbourne does stand up here. I mean, my 2 National wins here have been on both horses that ran second in Melbourne, so that, you know, that the form does stand up well. And Fra Magic ran third in Melbourne. He's got to be the one to beat. Liquid Lunch, yeah, he won good at Sandown his first start over him. Looks a really good novice, but he's got to run the trip. If there's a bit of pace on, you want to be fit to run the trip right out with only having 1 run under his belt. He's a nice horse, though. And Liston, I wouldn't count Liston out because he ran 4th in Melbourne, and he's been a pretty consistent horse. If he gets back and settles, he's going to come home.
Well, good luck today, Jamie, and good luck for the future.
Thanks, Ron.
Yeah, good luck to Jamie. We'd love to see him win. It would be a terrific performance for him to be able to win on Top Colour there in the mounting.
So the sun's starting to be overtaken by cloud. We are due for rain Monday through, I believe. They're ready in the National. They're on their way. And Top Colour jumped steadily from the inside. Away well out wide was Dane's Reward as they worked to the first flight. Going through along the inside, Classic Coup as they clear it now, and they've all jumped it nicely. Back to third behind those Liquid Lunch, and they were followed by Timber Grove, and then further back the Greys, Ballada, Top Colour. Splitting them in the centre was another runner moving through Tortrice as they come to another flight. Further back to Old Turkey Lane, Fra Magic, and on the outside, Ballada from Liston ridden patiently. There's no pace on. Another link to Crown Serta and a link to last of all under a good hold is Sabotage. Well, they're only hunting coming around the side in the first circuit, and with 600 to go to the post before they then have another round. The leader here is Classic Coup by about a length, but under restraint. From in second placing on the inside, Timber Grove. Liquid Lunch has had a lovely run third. 4th is Tortrice on the inside of Dane's Reward. Another length and a quarter further back to Top Colour, the rail from Fra Magic making a bit of ground. Then Turkey Lane, the old-timer, followed by Liston, and further back then came Ballada, wider out Sabotage, and Crown Serta's last as they come to the second in the straight, and the leader pecked at it. Got away with it, though. It's Timber Grove taking over now. Over on the outside, Liquid Lunch is taking over in turn, so a few changes. Still not going hard. Liquid Lunch pulling its way to the front, about a neck in advance of on the inside Timber Grove, and Classic Coup back to third. A length and a half to Tortrice, another length and a half then Dane's Reward, about a length into Top Colour. Fra Magic within a half of it. Another length and a half to Sabotage around Liston. Then Ballada, then Turkey Lane, and Crown Serta last. Here's the jump on the side as they race away from us now, and leading to it is Liquid Lunch. Up and over it nicely. From in second placing Timber Grove, who jumped well and got on terms again. 2.5 away Tortrice, shaded on the outside by Classic Coup. Another length and a half to Dane's Reward, followed 1 away by Top Colour. They were followed then by Fra Magic. Sabotage off and wide around those. Ballada the centre, and on the inside Liston, 2 lengths Crown Serta, and Old Turkey Lane's dropped out last of all the steeplechaser. Into the far side of the course they race now, going to the 1600, and Liquid Lunch the favourite on top. Second Timber Grove. Here's the first flight along the far side. They jumped it well. Sabotage has made its run up deep on the track to go to third with a group of them. Classic Coup and Tortrice is there too. And as they move along the far side of the next hurdle coming up to them, Dane's Reward was also there. Another length and a half off that group came from Magic. Top Colour to the outside off the rail now. Liston holding the rail. Further back Ballada, followed by Crown Serta. Turkey Lane can't keep up. Along the far side of the course they race now, and the leader as they move towards the side turn 1200 out now was Liquid Lunch with Timber Grove, and Sabotage makes a line of 3. The debut horse over jumps. Further back Dane's Reward, Classic Coup. Tortrice was next from Fra Magic closing ranks. They come to another flight up in advance of Top Colour. Liston taking a run up on the inside, saving ground. Ballada's feeling the pinch now. Sabotage has run its race. It's dropped back sharply. Crown Serta last at about a furlong away, nearly to Turkey Lane, whose old legs are just not carrying him as they used to. And about to come around the side for home, and Liston on the outside, rather Liquid Lunch on the outside, and Liston stablemate Timber Grove the inside. Where's Liston? He's 6 off them at the moment, and Fra Magic is closing ground hard and fast, and so is Top Colour. The race is on now. They've got 2 more hurdles to jump. They've got a bit over 400 metres to run in the Grand National at Morphettville, and the leader now now. Liquid Lunch, Timber Grove, the inside will not lay down. Here's Fra Magic easing around them. Then Top Carla, and further out on the track, Tortrees putting in a run. Over the second last, Liquid Lunch over it from Fra Magic, who's coming at it resolutely now. Further back, Danes Rewards running a big race. Fra Magic and Liquid Lunch clear the last together. They'll fight it out. Liquid Lunch and Fra Magic and Liquid Lunch. What a grinding go. Liquid Lunch on the inside. Fra Magic's got the head in front. Liquid Lunch is trying to come back. Liquid Lunch, Fra Magic, dead 8. Cannot separate them. Liquid Lunch put in a dive on the line to come back at Fra Magic. Danes Reward might have been third, but I was concentrating on the first pair. There with Danes Reward were the stablemates. They were Timber Grove and Liston. Further back, Top Carla not far away. Then Crown Serdar, followed by Belata. Tortrees didn't go on with it in the straight when he looked as though he was going to join in from Classic Coup, Sabotage, and Turkey Lane was distanced. Well, what's won it? From my angle, we're well before the finish. I don't get the advantage of a free shot here, and I'm keeping out in the time of 3:56.24. All I know is that Fra Magic was in front going past me, but Liquid Lunch on the inside has put in another spurt. And to the naked eye from this position, we're quite some metres before the line, I couldn't separate them. Still haven't had the advantage of a free shot. Number 5 has got it, Liquid Lunch. It's come back enough on the inside to win. Number 5, Brian Constable, Liquid Lunch. Only its second run over jumps and it picks up a Grand National. Great training feat, Paddy Highland. Great training feat. And as Pat was documented in the press this morning, he said he's had more luck in Adelaide when he stays home and prefers to watch them. Well, the theory's worked again, Patrick. You've done well. By Fra from Natamarco, raced by a group of owners. Second placing, another Fra horse, Fra Magic, Danny Crozier for Terry Kelly. And third to number 12, it's by Fra from Excitable Lady, incidentally. And third to number 12, Dane's Reward. It's run a race for Bill Williams. And Marilyn Smith by Dane Hill from Mark's Gain.
Okay. Well, that was a terrific struggle, wasn't it? We'll get the fourth number for you shortly. But 5, 2 and 12, Liquid Lunch just hanging on to beat Fra Magic and Dane's Reward third after the Grand National Hurdle there at Morfordville. Let's get the late mail now from Ron Dufficy.
Race 5 here, Rosehill Gardens, numbers 6, 2, 7 and 4.
And they're all in. Ritual the Grey drawn on the fence. Starter at his stand. Nordic Flight moving around. Should be plenty of speed here. Now the starter's on the stand, presses the button, and they're off and covered the first out. Hello, Nordic Flight again bungled the jump, and as they settle, covered the taken on by Zakynthos Star. Third posse is Ritual. Magic Answer improving now, followed by Beryl Roman Splendor. Nordic Flight has passed one, and that is Celestia. They race along past the 850 and plenty of speed. Covered the narrowly clear as Zakynthos Star. 2.5 to Magic Answer on the outside of Ritual, then Beryl Roman Splendor, Celestia, and last is Nordic Flight coming along the side of the track, a little between Covered Thee and Zakynthos Star at the 600 marker. Covered Thee about a neck clear, 2.5 to Ritual, parked inside of Magic Answer, about 2.5 then to Beryl. They're stringing out, followed by Celestia, the inside of Roman Splendor, and Nordic Flight not travelling well. Into the straight they travel now, and quickly Zakynthos Star seemingly beat off Covered Thee. Ritual third, and Celestia's made ground closer to the inside and Beryl to the outer. It's Zakynthos Star coming past the 200, a length and a half clear. Celestia on the inside, and then comes Covered Thee, followed by Beryl. Zakynthos Star in front, little Beryl trying a hard out with Celestia. Zakynthos Star's walking, but it'll have enough in hand to beat them, and Zakynthos Star wins from Celestia, Beryl and Ritual. Then Covered Thee, Nordic Flight, Magic Answer and Absolute Roman Splendor. Winner of race 5, Zakynthos Star, number 4, ridden well by John Grisdale. By De Heer from Princess Zakynthos, trained on the track by Chris Waller for the Lachesis family, and has clocked up 1:10.81, just outside Pompey's class record of 1:10.54 and 35.85 the sectional time. She's a grey mare, a 4-year-old, 14 starts, 6 wins, 2 seconds and a third, so she's been very genuine. And she has beaten number 2 Celestia by Royal Academy, trained by Paul Perry, Matt Paget, and number 5 third Beryl, a Bite the Bullet mare trained by Les Bridge, Ronnie Stewart, 1/4, and that was Ritual. 4, 2, 5 and 1. Accordingly, the dividends, 3.40 and 1.60 the winner, $1.50 the second, $1.80 for the third. Quinella, $6.50. Exacta, $12.60. Trifecta, $52.60. First four, 4, 2, 5 and 1, $205.20. And the spinner on the evens, $2.60. Well, 4 down. Well, that's 5 down now, and only 3 to go. And this is the Rivkin Group Handicap, a very interesting race from which 4, 6, 7 and 16 come out. And the margins available in the previous, a half length by a half a neck, 1:10.81, 35.85 the sectional time.
The ever consistent Super Elegant is the favourite here, Alf.
Yes, Chris, and I've got him on top. Too hard to go past. He's drawn the pole. He's going to be right on pace. If, in fact, he doesn't want to lead, he's going to be right there. And, well, it showed in the last race too. Everything that's on speed has been...
Lights flashing now. They're ready. Racing. Super Elegant jumped well, so did Dan Tartar over on the outside, and Ruby Slipper was away very fast. Real Dragon, Tullydane settling just off them now. Through the first 200 metres, Ruby Slipper from the outside. Dan Tartar with superior pace pushes through to go to the lead. Super Elegant follows it on the rail. Real Dragon's wider out, going up fourth the outside, and then came Datari, Tullydane. A length and a half, Where's Dad's Cash, Tycoon Ruler and Kashkai. Dan Tartar the leader. Ruby Slipper a half length away the outside from Real Dragon, wide and third. Super Elegant on the inside, next from Tullydane, then Datari, Tycoon Ruler, Where's Dad's Cash and Kashkai. Dan Tartar for home, leads by a length and a half, slipped away here on Ruby Slipper. Super Elegant over on the inside is next, and they've got it to themselves. But Dan Tartar's going great guns at the 150 by 3. It's a widening margin at the moment on Ruby Slipper. Super Elegant can't go on, but the speedy Dan Tartar way too good for Noel Callow. Cruised in, won it by 3.5. Ruby Slipper second, and third going to Super Elegant. Next, Where's Dad's Cash, Tullydane, Kashkai past the tail enders. Tycoon Ruler back there in company with Datari, and Real Dragon weakening to last. Unbeaten in his 1,000-metre starts around a turn, it's been all Dan Tartar. He's gone straight to the lead soon after the start, and it was a cruise job in the straight. Number 8, far too good. Noel Callow and Rick Lacey. Second to Ruby Slipper, an improved run with the blinkers on. And third to Super Elegant, ridden by Karen McAvoy. And you get the impression, looking at that Noel quite enjoyed himself out there. A little poke of the tongue as he crossed the finishing line. 8, 10 and 1. It was a bit of chewy on your boot, wasn't it? I'm too good for you. Way too good, in fact. 3-year-olds don't quite get the advantage that they used to some years ago late in the season. He's only got a half kilo off the older horses here today. But he's given him a bit of a galloping lesson, hasn't he? Way too good. Ruby Slipper, an improved effort with the blinkers on. And Super Elegant, well, he stuck to his guns okay. He battled reasonably well, but he just found him a bit nippy here today. 57.20 on a slow track. One would think that would prompt an upgrading. Certainly being in front is a big advantage here today too, on a fresh track here. But nonetheless, take nothing from that winner. It has been sustained pace. Too good.
390 number 2, Can't Tackle. 440 number 1, Shags. And 630 14 Ruemba. 930 for 9, Danny Desert Brave. Right, now it's Nick Link. 1,100 metres. This is the Rivkin Group Handicap. Entertaining the inside, and they're off now. Desert Brave dwelt, missed it 3/4 of a length. Entertaining jumps sweetly from the inside and leads Shags on settling down. Going up quickly is Prince Shep, and not far away is Straban, closely attended by Ruemba. And then Desert Brave, Esteban, and wider out on the track next is Beamer, followed by Danny Dancer. Can't Tackle, and then I do